The sky over Ukraine has no mercy. If you cross the border in armor or on foot, your countdown has already begun. Look at the horizon. It used to belong to nature, but now it belongs to the rotors. This isn't a conventional battlefield anymore. It's a fully automated sorting system for occupiers. You can see it in the way the new high-tech drones position themselves, perfectly still, hanging in the freezing air like vultures made of carbon fiber. They aren't just scouting, they are calculating. Every trench line is mapped, every movement is logged into a digital grid. There is no element of surprise left, no luck, no heroic last stands. The moment your boots touched this dirt, a digital crosshair was assigned to your name. And the worst part for them? They know it. Watch the footage closely. Notice something missing. There is no fire return. There is no tactical retreat. The Russian infantry has stopped resisting. Look at this squad in the clearing. They hear the high-pitched scream of an FPV drone coming straight at them. And what do? Nothing. They don't even lift their rifles. They don't look for cover. They just sit there, staring into the lens with blank, empty eyes, waiting for the blast. It's a chilling level of apathy. It's the behavior of men who have completely accepted that they are already dead. They've realized that trying to shoot down a drone moving at 100 miles an hour with an old Kalashnikov is like trying to stop a hurricane with a broom. So they just freeze. And even when survival instinct kicks in, it looks pathetic. They try to hide under burnt-out trucks, inside rusted pipes, or under a piece of trash they found in a ditch. But Ukrainian thermal optics turn the night into day and make camouflage useless. Look at this drone dropping a heavy payload right through the sunroof of an abandoned car where 3 soldiers tried to squeeze in. Boom. The roof flies off and it's over. They aren't fighting a war, they are playing a horrific game of hide-and-seek where the seeker always wins. Our pilots navigate through dense branches, under concrete slabs, and into the narrowest dugouts with the precision of a surgeon. You cannot hide from an enemy that can fly through your front door.
This is the mechanical meat grinder in full effect. One drone hits, clears the entrance. The second drone immediately flies inside to finish the job. It's an endless, suffocating cycle. The Russian command keeps sending these meat waves day after day, cycle after cycle, using motorcycles, golf carts, or just pushing men forward on foot across open fields. It's tactical insanity. They are being sent directly into a wall of shrapnel. Look at this drone operator. He's not even stressed. He's sitting in a warm bunker miles away, sipping coffee with one hand and wiping out an entire assault group with the other. It's a complete asymmetry of warfare. High-tech precision against hopeless, unmotivated flesh. Look at what's left of their positions. These aren't trenches. They are just mud burrows filled with trash and despair. Soldiers are lying next to their fallen comrades for days because no one is coming to evacuate them. They are completely abandoned by their officers, left with no water, no comms, and a sky that wants them dead. When an FPV drone hovers over a dugout, you can practically hear the silence inside. The psychological terror is absolute. The constant, relentless buzzing in the air drives them mad before the explosive even touches them. They know that every single supply line is cut and every single road is monitored. They are trapped in a cage of their own making.
This is how the empire dies, not with a bang, but with a pathetic whimper in a Ukrainian ditch. They came with grand illusions of capturing Kiev in 3 days, and now their reality is reduced to dodging plastic quadcopters in the mud. No flags, no glory, no remembrance, just a burning piece of metal and another nameless spot on the map. Ukrainian operators will keep flying, keep targeting, and keep cleaning our land until the very last occupier drops his weapon or disappears into the soil. The batteries are charged, the payloads are ready, and the sky is still watching. Glory to Ukraine, victory to the heroes. The Russian front is no longer just struggling, it is fundamentally breaking down. What we are witnessing right now is a total tactical paralysis across the entire theater of war. Their command structure is in absolute shock. They spent years bragging about their endless resources and military might, but they built a machine that cannot function without constant, heavy supply lines, and now those lines are gone. Ukrainian forces have systematically turned the rear into a danger zone, creating a massive bleeding crisis that their generals have absolutely no idea how to fix. The entire invasion is hitting a brick wall, and the panic in their ranks is becoming impossible to hide. An army without fuel, ammunition, and food is just a collection of targets waiting to be cleared. Ukrainian strike units have focused their efforts on cutting the main arteries of the occupiers' logistics network. Every highway, every dirt road, every railway node leading to the Zero Line is now under total digital control. It doesn't matter how many warehouses they fill up miles away from the border. If a truck cannot move 50 meters without being tracked and targeted, the system is dead. We are watching the systematic strangulation of their entire front. The lifeblood of their military machine is being drained, day by day, hour by hour. Look at the destruction on the supply routes. Heavy transport trucks, fuel tankers, and ammunition vans are being turned into massive fireballs before they can even get within radio range of their positions. When a single strike wipes out a convoy of fuel and bullets, an entire sector of the front goes dark. There is no armor left to protect these logistical columns and no safe routes remaining. The Russian leadership is forced to make impossible choices, either stop the movement completely or continue sending their drivers on literal suicide runs. They choose the latter, and the roads of Ukraine are now lined with the charred, twisted metal of their broken logistics. To make their tactical crisis absolute, we are systematically blinding the enemy. Their surveillance networks, their reconnaissance drones, and their eyes in the sky are being violently ripped out of the air. A blind army cannot fight. Without their drones, their artillery cannot aim, their headquarters cannot see our movements, and their troops are left completely exposed. They are losing the electronic warfare battle, and they know it. The shock in their command bunkers is deep. They realize too late that their technology is utterly obsolete against modern, adaptive Ukrainian precision. They came to conquer, but now they are just stumbling in the dark. Because the logistics are dead, the Russian infantry in the trenches is completely isolated. They are facing a suffocating supply famine. No fresh ammunition, no medical evacuations, no water, and no reinforcements. They are being left to rot in mud burrows, completely abandoned by their officers who are too terrified to come forward. When you look at the front right now, you don't see a coordinated military force. You see broken, unmotivated, and starving groups of men who have lost all will to resist. They aren't holding lines. They are just waiting for the next strike to end their misery. Their entire presence here has been reduced to a countdown. This is the systematic destruction of their logistics. We are hunting down their lifeblood. Watch the fuel trucks, the supply vans, and the ammo transports turn into massive fireballs before they can even get close to the Zero Line. When you cut the fuel and the bullets, the infantry in the trenches is already done for. They are left completely isolated, starved out, and abandoned by their own command. No support, no radio comms, no way out. The Russian army is facing a suffocating supply famine, and their leadership has absolutely no answer to this digital stranglehold.